Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha the God, and today we're gonna talk about Jake Kim versus OG Daniel. Now, I feel like there's been a lot of misconception just about how strong OG Daniel is. Now, you guys know I'm really good at guessing, not guessing, but like reading the story and predicting and understanding what may happen and how things will turn out, etc., etc. I made a video months ago talking about Jigya, or maybe more than months ago, maybe over about a year ago, talking about how Jigya is like the strongest king and how, just like he's rolling the story. A few weeks ago, maybe a week ago, before the latest chapter dropped, I also made a video explaining why Daniel and the crew will join Jigya. Jigya will join them and be a part of Ally, and it won't be this new king that we're meeting. And I'm telling you now again, Jake versus OG Daniel is not what you think it is. OG Daniel is really strong. He's gotten really strong. He's progressed quite significantly. He's been trained by Gun, sorry. He's been trained by Gun, and on top of that, him utilizing the super body has made his not normal body more adept and used to fighting. But his regular body, is still nowhere near the level of the second body. The second body is unnatural. It's perfect muscles, perfect mass, perfect height, perfect. It's perfection, right? And OG Daniel isn't quite there yet. He's getting there. He's reaching it. He's climbing really, really fast, but he's not there yet. Maybe endgame he'll be the strongest character. Even though I don't really think that will be the case. I don't really think he will be the strongest character. I think the story is gonna. It's called Lookism, right? Daniel's second body seems like the perfect specimen in every way, and he has the highest potential. But I think conviction will somehow outdo it. I don't know how, unless that body learns conviction, then it's up. Then there's no beating them. But yeah, so I think conviction Jake, right? We saw a brief moment of it, and when that happened, we saw how powerful at that moment he was. He hasn't done it since, right? So if we say this is OG Daniel only, obviously I think second body Daniel wins, but let's not forget that he fought a UI awakened Daniel. He briefly, right? Him and Samuel, and they were getting no ass whooped, but they fought him, and they didn't immediately get knocked out. In fact, Jerry came through to fight, and Jerry was about to get obliterated, and Jake got up and blocked and took the hit, for Jerry, and he was still able to talk. He wasn't completely out. Remember when he was fighting Gun, he dealt some really incredible damage. He did quite a significant amount. I think it's important to view narrative here and why Daniel right now is not going to be able to beat Jake. Because he's not at that point in the story yet. OG Daniel, he's near that level. I think they're about the same level, but I think Jake's role in the story is to become the not the hero, but he's to remake and redo what his dad did, but succeed. And I think we have to remember that in a fight, if they fought base to base, I think Daniel is faster. I think Daniel is more technical, OG, that is. But I think Jake is stronger, strength-wise. He has more strength, and I think he has more durability. OG Daniel can go to UI, right? And his UI is really good, but it's not to the level of the second body, right? It's good, but it's not the second body. And I think Jake in conviction, I think, beats UI OG Daniel. Why I think that? I think it's mainly narrative. I think OG Daniel will get to a point beyond that, and I think he has room to grow. But I think the story focuses on the growth of these characters. Jake is still growing exponentially as well. When we first meet Jake, he's stronger than Daniel, and obviously Daniel has gotten a lot stronger since, but so has Jake. Jake has incrementally got stronger and stronger. I think OG Daniel is now on the same levels because he's the leader of the alliance, right? Or the allies. But I think, let's say if they fought Jay now, I think Jake would do better than what second body Daniel even did. Second body Daniel was getting washed. You know what I'm saying? He was getting washed by Jigana, and Jigana was holding back a ton. You know what I'm saying? But he just wanted to make sure that, okay, this guy is as talented and has the potential that we think he has. And this was second body. Second body was struggling. You know what I'm saying? So OG Daniel would have been washed and knocked out like way faster. We also saw what Kite Kim did to Daniel. You know what I'm saying? One shot that boom. You know what I'm saying? So we got to understand here that there is a power gap. And Kite Kim is whose brother? Jake's brother. And they're both the child of the strongest in Gapyeong Kim. And it's clear Gapyeong Kim was the strongest. Right now we know that obviously the Chinlong, he might be as strong, but a lot of people always compare this person is as strong, but it's rarely ever actually right. You know what I'm saying? It's what people think, it's what people thought, but the reality is Gapyeong Kim accomplished way too much. Defeated, or the only defeated Guns Dad. He defeated Guns Dad, bro. Left him freaking paralyzed for years on end. My guy couldn't move no more. He couldn't believe how he got whooped. He couldn't believe it. He didn't think about the whole crew. He just thought about Gapyeong, and he was like, God damn, bro, I really got obliterated, man. I really got beat, man. I really got washed. You know what I'm saying? And that's just true conviction. We saw old man Gapyeong's punch blowing a hole through a goddamn steel metal gate, bro. You know what I'm saying? He blew a hole through that with ease, bro. This is washed out of his prime, old, trying to be political Gapyeong Kim. So we know what Jake's potential ceiling is, and it's Gapyeong level. And we know Kite Kim is here, and I think it's only right, narratively speaking, that the person to defeat his brother is going to be Jake. We're coming towards, I think, the end of the series to some degree. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna figure there's gonna be something else that's gonna show up. But the underworld isn't meant for Daniel. You know what I'm saying? The underworld is where Jake was raised and bred from, right? Big Deal. That's where Big Deal is an underworld group, So I think it just makes more sense to me, right? And we saw again second body Daniel fighting Kite and getting obliterated. Narratively speaking, who has more narrative drive to defeat Kite? It's going to be Jake. Jake is the one that came through and saved them and stopped Kite Kim. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I'm going to do something. I'm going to stop you. Like, I'm going to be the one to stop my brother. Like, that's my brother. I'm going to be the one to stop him. So I think right now, narratively speaking, it wouldn't make sense for OG Daniel to be stronger than Jake. Narratively speaking, because Jake right now is more important narratively than OG Daniel. OG Daniel is obviously going to play a role. He's the protagonist. He's always going to play a role. But it's way more important and pertinent that Jake Kim, comes out and does something spectacular here. So that's why I think that, just narratively, like a lot of people like, power scaling just to power scale. But I think power scaling without narrative isn't, sorry, I don't know what's wrong with the lighting. Power scaling without narrative isn't legit. Like, you need, what the hell is going on with my light? But anyway, yeah, you need narrative in order to power scale legit, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't look at narrative properly, then your power scaling can't be accurate, because narrative is, I think, always far more important than just looking at one-to-one frame and saying this guy's stronger, because like narratively, certain people are just stronger despite whatever we see, because that's what the narrative requires. And so that's why I think Jake is stronger. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's been your boy Supreme Cheetah God. I'm out.